What are you doing? Sid's been taking me through warm-up exercises.
They're supposed to change notes.
A, 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 A. Yes, it should be A, 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 A. You've heard me do them 5 days a week. Ha, ha, la, 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 la. Plus, you should do these before we're on the air. You have so many rules. Not my rules. They're called warm-up exercises. Warm-up. I'm warming up our listeners. If you say so, Sire Rebecca. Don't you now have the warm fuzzies?
Not so much.
Me neither. I'm feeling the cold pricklies. Let's do the sign-in then. The sign-on? Yes. We're back. Woo!
Hello, hello.
It's Scooby Dru, and we're starting anew. Ah, very cool.
And who sent that in?
Caitlin Cook. Thank you, Caitlin Cook. She cooked up a good one.
She did.
Shall we get to some BTS info? Yes. Then we can talk about the other BTS, the big, tough serpent.
We sure can.
Sid wrote that for me. Did you not remember that I brought Sid?
The ventriloquist dummy back.
And you're trying him out as a gag writer. Yes. Let's delve into the behind the scenes. Reptile Boy features Robin Atkin Downs, the suit performer who portrays Makita. I worked with Robin on a lot of different voiceover jobs too. He also was the voice of the Master, not on Buffy, but on Guillermo del Toro's The Strain, which was on FX for 4 seasons. Suit performers, also called creature actors or creature performers, have to be physically fit. 2 other suit performers who worked on Buffy are Doug Jones, who played one of the gentlemen in Hush, and Camden Toy, who sadly passed away. He was the other gentleman, and I worked with him when he was the Uber Vamp in Bring on the Night. He was also Gnarl in Same Time, Same Place, and on Angel, he was the Prince of Lies. Our good friend Kevin Kepi is an actor and a suit performer as well. The length of time these head-to-toe makeups take is long. They can be 4 to 10 hours, and that is before the performer even steps on set to shoot. Suit actors are often very slim because the prosthetics add a lot of size and density. Once they're in full makeup, they very often abstain from eating all day and hardly drink, which can be dangerous for heat stroke. But many a suit performer also does not want to have to go to the loo, as it's often a huge ordeal to undo the prosthetics. Nonverbal communication is a key part of their job. They rely heavily on body language and gestures. Movies that utilize creature performers include the Planet of the Apes trilogy, Avatar, Dumbo, Hellboy 2: The Golden Army, the Lord of the Rings films, Star Wars Episode 4, the Harry Potter films. Doug Jones was the creature in The Shape of Water and also in Pan's Labyrinth. Creature actors were also used in the 1941 Wolfman and 1923's The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I also met a gal who said that she was in prosthetics as the dog Marley in some of Marley and Me. How did she get that? I honestly don't know, Drew. I guess she wasn't barking up the wrong tree. Hee hee. Oh no. I think Sid is creating more mass suffering than the Master and Angelus put together. The makeup department works closely with the performer, and often puppeteers work the electronic parts to move gills, eyes, and things of that nature. They work in tandem to bring fantastical creatures and characters to life. Optic Nerve Studios is the lab that built Makita. Co-founder John Vulich was credited in 106 episodes of Buffy and in 22 episodes of Angel.
Synopsis. A brief summary or a general survey. Don't quote me, but I just love to compile, collate, posit, and then conclude. I'm summary gal. Yup, that's me.
Spike and I are hatching plans to go after the Slayer again. That's not in this episode. But it's what's happening at the same time as the big, tough serpent. Maybe so, but sorry, Rebecca, how about you share the synopsis for this episode?
Gladly. Buffy and the gang think they have a quiet moment, but a fraternity of rich bro types have their own plans. When Cordelia gets Buffy to come to a party at the frat house, they learn that cringy guys are the least of their problems. A snake demon named Makita has that honor.
I don't get why you want to focus on the big snake. Because it is the central foe of this episode, hence the title, Reptile Boy. Okay, do you know which river has the most snakes?
No, which river?
The Mississippi. He. Oh, boy. What is the snake's favorite vegetable?
What?
Cauliflower.
Oh.
He. Oh, my gosh. No. I'm on fire. That's a sizzle and a snake hiss. He. Oh, wow. I'm on a roll. Who is the snake's favorite author? Who? William Snakespeare. He.
Drew, you're batting 1,000.
Batting a million. All right, well, speaking of writers, this episode was written and directed by David Greenwald. Greenie did a bang-up job. It opens with Buffy, Xander, and Willow watching a movie. Willow seems really into it. She's the only one following the plot. Sire, Rebecca, do you know what the movie is?
No, I don't.
It is Pela Nasha, which was made in 1993, an Indian Hindi language thriller. The movie is a remake of Brian De Palma's movie, Body Double. Body Double has a vampire connection too, by the way. Do you know what it is?
No, I don't.
The film opens with Jake acting in a B-movie vampire film. He has blonde hair and is styled a bit like 1970s punk rock Spike with some glam rock elements thrown in. The scene establishes the theme of people not being who they appear to be and everyone playing a role. This will come into play later in Reptile Boy with the frat boys. Oh, the 1970s. That was a good look on my pet. In Reptile Boy, Buffy says that it's been quiet in Sunnydale. In fact, she says it by paraphrasing the song, There's a Kind of Hush, which was released by a few artists, most notably Herman's Hermits in 1967 and the Carpenters in 1976. The hush before the storm. There's a kind of hush all over the world tonight. Thank you for that rendition, Drusilla. This is similar to the start of Prophecy Girl, but at this point, Buffy seems relaxed. She should be on her tippies since she's already met my love. After the movie scene, a girl bursts through a window of a frat house, jumps down from the second floor trying to escape. She's pursued by cloaked figures. It's scary, very horror movie. She's wardrobed in white and light blue, which visually signals her innocence. The robes are a sinister contrast. The fraternity house scenes were filmed at the Waddles Mansion on Curson Avenue in Hollywood. This mansion has been used in various other TV shows and films, including 1988's Rain Man and The O.C. The graveyard that she flees to and through was built on the Stewart Street lot. These locations are cut together so that it looks continuous.
I have to ask a question. Why is it when somebody is running that they always look behind them? It only slows you down.
I haven't had that experience when I run terrified. I don't look back. Do you?
No. I just look straight ahead. But watching her, every time she looked back, I thought, well, you've just given them an extra few feet on you.
And they do catch up with her
Pretty quickly.
Yeah. Their fraternity is Delta Zeta Kappa and, spoiler alert, yes, this is the first of several fraternity-related supernatural incidents, most of which occur from season 4 to the end of the series, the last being in selfless. In the library, Giles shares your sentiments, Drew, when he says that Buffy should not be letting her guard down.
That is very much in keeping with what you said, Drew.
That Buzzy, Buffy, has been buzzing off. He. Buzzy. No. I mean, Buffy describes her feelings toward Angel as fuzzy feelings. I told you about the warm fuzzies. You did. You seem very keyed into this episode, Drew. Fuzzy Buzzy killed a vamp. Fuzzy Buzzy is a tramp. Fuzzy Buzzy is a drag on my podcast, Re-Vamped.
I'm not sure Sarah would like that.
Sarah? Buffy. Oh, Buzzy. Now you feel some warm fuzzies, don't you?
Can't say that I do.
Cordy is into the college boy Richard Anderson, who we met in the opening. Devon from Inca Mummy Girl isn't her focus in this episode. Greg Vaughn, the actor who plays Richard Anderson, went to Milan and landed campaigns for Giorgio Armani, Gianni Versace, as well as Banana Republic, Tommy Hilfiger, and Ralph Lauren. He was in Malibu Shores with Charisma, was a regular cast member on Charmed playing Dan Gordon, had a recurring role in Queen Sugar, and won a Daytime Emmy as Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series for Days of Our Lives in 2018. Tom Warner is with him. Tom and Richard play it like good cop, bad cop. Xander paraphrases what song when becoming jealous of Tom outside of the school?
I don't remember.
It is the 1966 Nancy Sinatra song, These Boots Are Made for Walkin'. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. All together now. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. That was fun.
My toes were curled and grabbing onto the floor at the end.
We keep having songs that Drusilla picks with such crazy range.
Yes. Can we just find something, Drew, that's just somewhere in the middle, a little less high and low?
Giles seems sterner than we've ever seen him before. He functions very much as the parental figure in Reptile Boy. He's standing in the way of Buffy having fun with her friends.
We see Buffy at the beginning with her hair up and loose and sort of relaxed looking. And then the moment she goes into training, the back is all pinned. We're able to see more of her silhouette while she's fighting. And then later when she goes on patrol. And just as an offsite for a hairdresser, you're watching that. And then she goes into a more carefree, bouncy look. And we're setting up this nice stark transition from business to wanting to be playful and fun.
Ah, from fighter to fun.
Exactly.
Some of us can fight with our tresses flowing. When patrolling, Buffy says to Angel that when he kisses her, she wants to die. This, to me, personifies the weight of how a high school crush feels.
Yes.
Ooh, is she going to get crushed? I missed that bit. No, it means that she fancies him. The kitten is smitten. Meow. Next, we learn that Richard is from a wealthy family. This establishes the privileged and elitist fraternity atmosphere.
The girl from the opening chase has been chained up and is going to be sacrificed to Makita.
It's very ominous. Buffy lies to Giles for the first time. He's the father figure that she isn't being open with and is rebelling against. You can see how big a deal this is from Willow's response to this during the scene. She echoes the viewer's feelings. I used to do that with Angelus. He is my daddy and my lover. So disturbing. But you know, Minion Juliet, for the first time in my life, I'm independent. You have to realize I was raised with a Victorian outlook. But now, I'm a podcast luminary, a notable DJ, a pop sensation, and all-around global superstar. So thank you for the opportunity. That's actually sweet, aside from the grandiosity. Yeah, I think it's grand too.
So we start the next scene after Buffy has just finished lying to Giles with a stark image of a poster at the end of the hallway. And it's a man's face that's been disfigured. And underneath it, it says, "Not everyone who drives drunk dies." And that sets up a lot of foreshadowing for the rest of the episode.
It does. This episode examines the perils of drinking and the perils of underage drinking, along with the consequences of our decisions and our actions. So that set dressing sets that up. Cordelia tells Buffy not to wear black, silk, chiffon, or spandex because they are her trademarks, but Buffy shows up to the party wearing a little black dress. What did the serpent do at the party? What? He snaked, rattled, and rolled. He. Is that Sid's handiwork and my magical timing? If you say so, I do. And since Makita is called a snake, a reptile, and a worm, I've got a lot to work with.
Meaning?
I've got loads of side-splitting funnies coming. Can't wait! At the frat party, the older boys are drinking and acting piggish. Xander sneaks in and crashes the party. We start to see the hazing and humiliation that goes on in the Greek system. The song playing is Running with the Dogs by Sean K. Clement, one of the two Seans, the composers that came in on season 2. The lyrics say, "Running with the wolves." This is apropos to the situation Buffy is in. She is in with the wolves.
Yeah, it also sets her up as being a bit of a lone wolf. The song's playing, everybody else is talking, drinking, dancing, and she is set apart from everybody, standing against the wall, very much isolated.
Perfect analogy. Buffy wants to fit in, so she starts to drink. When I was a newbie, there was many a shindig where I'd drain sods just to blend in. That was before you became a global superstar. Exactly, Minion Juliet. I was being sarcastic. Have you not read the Minions manual? What? No, I didn't know there was such a thing. And anyway, I'm not a minion. I'll get you a copy. It's loosely called Renfield's Rules. There's no ruler here. Your misunderstanding is immeasurable. This is where I draw the line. He. Oh, now we have ruler jokes? When you got it, you got it. Ah, you've got it. You asked for it. You got it, Drusilla. Now you're referencing Toyota commercials? Why the not? They're one of our sponsors. And now, back to our programming. Tom seems nice, but you know he's acting and luring Buffy. He's saying exactly what she wants to hear, that she should relax and enjoy herself rather than always being the responsible person and taking care of other people.
The way evil can manipulate people is with the truth. It's how something is said, so it comes across as if someone cares about you and your well-being. Ultimately, it's only in service for their own ends.
They're exploiting and maneuvering. People that are good at that look for your soft spots. They look for a need and they fill it to be able to get what they want out of you.
Exactly.
Tom is played by Todd Babcock. He is an actor and director known for many different roles, including Star Trek Voyager and the movie Gods and Monsters with Brendan Fraser, who we discussed in the Inca Mummy Girl episode. Yes, we did. Tom is the founder of Babcock Studios, an acting studio. What party game were the frat boys planning? What game? Snakes and ladders. Hey. Thank you, Sid. At the party, they make Xander wear lipstick, a wig, and a bra. It shows the machismo that's operating here. And in our culture, that him dressing in women's apparel is supposed to humiliate him. It's supposed to be something humiliating. The sound designer with the partygoers and the frat boys, it sounds like hyenas. This harkens back to the episode The Pack. We're dealing with pack mentality here with the frat boys, groupthink. People get emboldened to act how they wouldn't on their own. The music running with the dogs that played earlier in the sequence underscores this too, literally. Dogs and wolves are pack animals. Buffy is tired of being mature, and so she starts drinking more. She ignores her own instincts. She saw the shards from the broken window, and this is really important. When we feel the hair raising on our arms or the back of our neck, or we think something's off, we must pay attention to it. We often do this thing where we talk ourselves out of the truth. It must be okay. It must be me. I must have misinterpreted. I'm being silly. I have to be nice.
It's hard to have those lines or boundaries. We're brought up to be accommodating and end up questioning ourselves rather than somebody else. Am I overreacting? Am I insulting or hurting their feelings? No one wants to be wrong in any case, but it's so important to listen to your instincts. The most important word that we ever learn, but we rarely use, is no.
So important. And as they say, no is a complete sentence. I need to say a trigger warning here. The themes and metaphor of Reptile Boy involve sexual assault, so some of the discussion coming up could be triggering, although there is a lot that could be helpful. They've drugged Buffy. They've slipped roofies in her drink. Feeling extremely disoriented, she goes upstairs. In the library, Giles and Willow discover that Kelly Megan Anderson is the girl being held hostage. She has the same last name as Richard. Did you notice that?
I didn't even think about that.
It's weird, right?
Maybe that's why he picked her. We
also learn that Brittany Oswald and Kelly Purcell have disappeared previously near the same date. The fraternity is getting the basement ready for the sacrifice. And as we suspected, Tom is the one to watch out for. We fully see his true dark nature. Emmy-winning makeup artist Todd McIntosh told me yesterday that he used an old trick on Todd, the actor who plays Tom. Todd, Tom. Todd, Tom. Todd, Tom. Yes, for the diamonds carved in Tom's back, I'm just gonna call him Macintosh. Macintosh painted the skin with Pax and used heavy grease paint over it, so it looked like he was being carved, when really the grease paint was just being scraped off to reveal the shapes underneath.
Nice.
Very nice. Alarmed, Cordelia tries to find out who's first, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third. I don't know why you're doing Abbott and Costello as a bit. Oh, yeah, I do. Sid. Sid. Good old Sid. David Greenwalt says that when he wrote Reptile Boy, he thought that he had invented a great demon name. But then he realized that he'd been inspired by the word Makita written on the drills carried by the show's grips. I guess you take inspiration from anywhere. And for those listening, grips rig and maintain equipment for camera and lighting. Well, I guess the name Eddie Lizard was already taken. You mean Eddie Izzard? It's not lizard, it's Izzard. Is ya heard me? He. Oh, you're joking again. What is the reptile's favorite movie?
What?
The Lizard of Oz. He.
Oh.
How long did it take to learn about lizards? Not long. We had it from the get-go. Oh, double R. Oh, no, Drew. You guys are laughing. This is true. Cordy's role in Buffy is often as the Scream Queen. She's repeatedly in peril and bellows. Her license plate is Queen C.
True.
Then we get to the ritual. Nikita says thanks for the warm welcome. Drew, stop! One more to let off steam. Reptile Boy is intense. Yes, it is. Okay, go for it. A worm walks into a bar. The bartender asks him, "How did you do that?" He. Do you know the history of fraternity, Sire Rebecca?
No, that is a topic that I have kind of steered clear of.
Me too. Fraternities, primarily social organizations with Greek letters, originated in the late 18th century as literary societies and evolved into the social clubs that we know today. Phi Beta Kappa, founded in 1776, is considered the first fraternity. Do you know what fraternity is derived from?
Brotherhood?
Yeah, the Latin word frater means brother. Similarly, the term sorority is derived from the Latin word soror, meaning sister. Most share 5 common elements: secrecy, single-sex membership, selection of new members based on a vetting process of rushing and pledging, occupancy of a residential property where members live, and a set of identification symbols that may include Greek letters, armorial achievements, ciphers, badges, grips, hand signs, passwords, flowers, and colors. After the scene with the sacrifice, we get to see Willow do something very cool.
It was amazing watching Willow put everyone in their place and basically forcing them into action. Seeing her get angry and being so clear with everyone was deeply satisfying. Just awesome.
I love it. She hits the nail on the head with both Giles and Angel. Willow's great.
She is.
As the ritual starts, Makita slinks weirdly in his middle and hovers. The movement is very disconcerting. I don't want to. I don't blame you. Marty Noxon, one of the writers and later exec producer, acknowledges that the phallic imagery is a metaphor. The series does this so well. The problem of fraternities and sexual assaults is sadly still prevalent. Black sky. It wants a little wormy me. Snake in the woodshed. Snake in the woodshed. Snake in the woodshed. That's what you say in Angel. I think it fits. It does. When Buffy slices and kills Makita, to be continued.
The missing scene that could have been in this week's episode.
Yeah, we at Claw Vamp's Laugh Factory want to give Max a hand for that fabulous set. Now, can I get a hand? I need one. As many of you know, I bought this joint. Became a club owner since I was told I couldn't handle stand-up. Get it? Handle? Hand? With my claw? Hey, we got a latecomer. Cordelia Chase. The show started when the big hand was on the 12 and the little hand was on the 6. Get it? Alright, let me bring on my next comedian. Sid! Back in the day, Sid was Morgan's dummy, but he ain't nobody's dummy now.
Thank you, Claw Vamp. Ladies and germs, this is my first gig since being brought back to life. Yat-da-da-da-da-da, yat-da-da-da-da-da. So I'm working out the kinks. Literally. Ouch. I know I've died on stage before, and come back, but this is different. I gotta thank Eric and Chris for the calculations, Drusilla for putting them into action, and even though it pains me to say it, retired Chucky for his legs. Literally. Ouch. Speaking of Chucky, you know his favorite snack? Soul food. Ha ha. You know what's tough?
What's tough, Sid?
What's tough? After all this, my health insurance company refused to pay because I believe in reincarnation. They said I had a pre-existing condition. Ha ha. But you know, I love reincarnation as much as the next man, who is also me. Ha ha. Apparently, reincarnation is making a comeback. Ha. I guess I can't say. You only live once. Ha! I've been practicing my set because I'm very dedicated. Ha ha! I thought about forgetting stand-up and opening up a cemetery instead, but it's too big an undertaking. Anyway, never speak ill of the dead. It's a grave mistake. What's my favorite music, you ask?
What's your favorite music?
Dolly Parton. I guess I should be decomposing that one. Wowza, that Cordelia is great. Cordelia Chase, what steps do you take when a demon is chasing you? Big steps, ha ha. I'm Sid. Wanna slay? Ah, no, these aren't real laughs. It's that Dr. Debbie from Teen Time. You know what, Cordy? I'm gonna go out on a limb. Chucky's limbs. Ha ha. Listen to Dr. Sid. That laugh will get you nowhere. To perfect your laugh, you know what you need to do?
What, Sid?
All you need are 2 little syllables. These won't get stuck in your craw. You guessed it. It's ha ha.
Let's get ready to Buffy!
If you want to be considered as a contender for this season's trivia battle, please email revampedpod@gmail.com. Yes, be sure to include your name, where you weigh in with your number of watch-throughs, where you're located, something interesting about you, or something you think would be good to share.
And your social media handles.
Yes, woohoo! Woohoo! Boop boop be Dru. Revamptees, please correspond with me on our Patreon page, Revamped with Juliet Landau, on Twitter, @Juliet Landau, on Instagram, @Juliet_Landau, and on the Fans of Juliet Landau Facebook group, or Juliet Landau official Facebook page. Patreon peeps to be read in the credits: Dave Hall, Fonnie June Kendall, Daniel Harbour, Louise Brennan, Brandon Key, Cameron Burton, Donnie Ruskin, Madeline Pruitt, Marion Stevenson, Antonio H. Gutierrez, and Bobby Pelham. It makes all the difference because we cannot keep making the show without you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Until we meet again.
See you next time when we do it again. Do it again. Until then, rewatch, revamp, reinvent, and be remarkable you.